Okay, the non-conference, believe it or not, is already done for the year, and we're on to Big East play. So, Alex, welcome back to break things. I'll break down all things non-conference and get us ready for the Big East.
Yes, thank you for having me once again.
So, last week, obviously, the big game to wrap up the non-conference season against Gonzaga. Take me through what that week was like because I know it was a little bit different because you guys went out to Seattle a little bit early, right?
Yeah, we went out there a day early and we had a lot more time to prep for them too. So it was good. It was a good experience for us playing in essentially their area. So pretty much all Gonzaga fans out there too. So it was a lot of fun. It was a good experience and it was a big time win for us.
When you talk about the time that you had to prepare for them. Obviously, we had talked the last time about, you yourself being beat up a little bit with your finger, everyone else kind of dealing with some nagging injuries. How good was it to get almost a week to kind of recover and get ready for that game?
Yeah, it was really good. It helped us out a lot. I think you definitely saw it with, Cam, Donovan, and their feet too. And then they played tremendously. So just for them and the entire team to get healthy, it was super important. And take some rest, watch some other teams play, and really just see where we are compared to everybody else.
Finger feeling better. I know it's still taped. I think I saw. Are you used to it now being taped up like that?
I am used to it taped. I still got to get it taped, but it's getting better. It's good. It's
All
good.
right. So let's talk a little bit about that game against Gonzaga. Clearly, basically, I know they call it a neutral game, but as you said, it seems like 95% Gonzaga fans in Big Larry representing UConn nicely. So you go into an environment like that against another top 10 team. It seems like throughout that game, Gonzaga tried to, make bits of runs back in the game, but every time they did, you guys seem to be able to counter them with a run of your own. How does that feel during a game as you sense that team kind of trying to get their way back into it and you being able to just kind of put them at bay?
Yeah, it feels really good. I think the entire time we just stayed composed and we knew they were a really good team, so we knew they were going to have a run in them. So I'm just trying to stay composed, stay true to how we're playing, and really just make adjustments throughout the game. We knew our defense had to be better, so in the second half we played much better defense, and continuing to find our rhythm on offense. So I mean, they did make a run, and we just responded very well. But then also, we knew as the road team that we had to punch them first, and I think that really gave us a lot of momentum at the beginning of the game.
What's it like? I know, Donovan's clearly been dealing with some foot stuff and getting back into, game shape, having missed some time in the preseason. It seemed like, this game against Gonzaga, he really looked like the Donovan of old and was going off. Was it nice to see him getting in that kind of rhythm there?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he was a beast that game. I mean, he dominated the entire game basically, and yeah, he was unbelievable that game, and he's only going to get better just from his foot standpoint. He'll get healthier, but then also just him becoming more comfortable now. So, but he was unbelievable.
I think one thing that was interesting to me about the Gonzaga game is at different points, they really tried to throw whatever they could defensively to try to, get some stops, get back in the game, whether it was zone, throwing some full court press. They were really, playing some tight ball pressure there. What was it like going up against those different defenses that they threw at you throughout the game?
Yeah, I'd say first it's a compliment just from how hard it is to guard us and just how many different weapons we have. So, teams do got to change it up defensively, but also we were prepared for it. I mean, we knew that they were going to throw a 1-2-2 press. We knew their man principles on defense and then the zone. And I mean, the coaching staff, they always go through everything with us before the games and the shoot around. So every play, every action that we look forward to running in the game, we do it during shoot around. So we come in ready and the coaches know exactly what will happen too.
What was more fun for you, shredding the press or helping to break that zone there? Because once they got it to you at the foul line, I mean, it was easy.
I'd say the zone. The zone was nice just from the middle standpoint. I mean, the middle was wide open for us in the zone and the press really. So yeah, I'd say the zone just from I was in the middle of the zone.
I know people have tried to compare this year's UConn team to last year's. You go up against an opponent you saw last year in the NCAA tournament. Obviously, they lost pieces just as you did. How did you feel this Gonzaga team was compared to last year? Did it feel like going up against a similar type team as you did last March, or did it seem like a completely different team?
I think it was similar. I think, just offensively, I mean, they're still one of the best offenses in the country. So, it's similar in the standpoint that they're going to run their stuff. They super well coached. I mean, he's a Hall of Fame coach. So, I felt like really the same Gonzaga team that we played against last year, just from competitive, super tough team to play against. And, offensively, they're unbelievable. So it definitely was a good test for us.
On the broadcast, Jay Billis called you out in particular for your ability to cut. He called you like one of the, I think he said you were one of the best cutters in college basketball. Is that something you pride yourself on being able to do that?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think last year, cutting would help me out a lot and just understanding when to cut and where to cut. And I think carrying it over to now and then just making the reads on defense, I'd say that's a good compliment. I'll take that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like any compliment you could get from Jay Billis, you take, right?
Oh, definitely, definitely.
And heading into this season, I'm sure there you had a lot of expectations, for yourself, for the team, and especially when you saw what this non-conference schedule was like that you had. How do you guys feel like you performed compared to maybe what the expectations you had for yourself and the team were?
I think we did well. Obviously, we want to get that Kansas win. I think we're more than capable of winning that game. So obviously that one stings still and wanting to go undefeated. But I think for the teams that we played against, the competition and everybody wanting to give their best game against us, I think it went well. And for a relatively new team with half the new guys experiencing these high level games, it was big time for us. And I think it was a really good non conference for us and just going into Big East play, it's just a whole nother momentum. It's a whole nother, type of ball game in the Big East.
I've got to ask, favorite part of the non-conference schedule for you. What was that?
I love the MSG games. I just love playing there. And yeah, we went 3-0 there. So, I'd say the MSG games.
Who was the toughest of the non-conference opponents that you went up against?
Toughest had to be Kansas. We did had to be Kansas. So yeah, I'd say Kansas.
All right. As you now talk about heading towards a whole different animal in Big East play, what's the biggest difference in making that move from these non-conference games to Big East games?
Yeah, just from how familiar each team is with each other. I mean, playing, I've seen Hall's their first one, so playing them twice last year. I mean, they know what type of stuff we like to run, how we play, and same thing, vice versa. So definitely say how familiar the teams are with each other, and then just how physical the league is. Everyone always talks about the physicality, and you definitely see it in the Big East.
I'm going to take a quick break from the interview to tell you about my friends at Martin Rosol's Meats. This fourth generation Connecticut family business produces kielbasa, hot dogs, sausages, and deli meats using Martin Rosol's very own original recipes. Their products can be found in grocery stores, delis, restaurants, and hot dog stands throughout the state. And if you're looking for your fill right away, check out their retail store in New Britain. For more information, visit martinroselsinc.com and go support a UConn fan-owned business. And now, back to the interview. What is it like getting to go up against some of these guys now for you? It'll be, third, fourth, fifth times. I mean, you talk Seton Hall. I mean, you've seen Kadari Richmond twice now. So what's it like now getting to go up against these guys another year? They've worked on their game in the offseason, different, team while they're still on, Seton Hall still, but it's a different type of Seton Hall team.
No, it's exciting. I think, seeing the players get better, seeing the coaches get better, learning more about their teams, it's exciting. I mean, you always want to play the best, and the Big East has plenty of the best teams. So, it's super exciting. I mean, you're seeing Seton Hall right now. It's on my team beating Missouri right now. So, I mean, there's just the Big East is getting big time wins for us, and every game's really just going to be a dogfight.
Well, I know one thing that stood out, especially about your game last year, when you went up against a guy for the second time. I mean, it was clear you had made some adjustments. You'd worked on different parts of your game to try and stop those guys, especially defensively. How do you feel about that heading into this year, where you might be seeing some of these guys, third, fourth time?
Yeah, it's super important. I think watching the old film helped me out going around the second time. And I think the experience of playing against other forwards definitely helped me a lot. And now there's really no excuse for the first time going around playing against these type of forwards. So I know what's expected from the forwards in the Big East and really any position in the Big East. And I know what every player is capable of. So you just gotta be locked in and ready for all the tough assignments.
You mentioned the new guys on this team and them coming together playing in some of these big games for the first time. What's your advice, having gone through the Big East now once, to these younger guys on the team who haven't been through Big East games?
Yeah, really believe when the coaches hype up the Big East and hype up the games. I think, I think going in freshman year, I always thought like, the Big East was, the coaches talking about how hard it is and all that stuff. And I was like, I'm just treating it as if like it's another game. But no, it's really something else. And it's also gonna be a learning experience too, in the Big East. 1 minute you could have a great moment, and the next moment, you might mess something up. So just really learning from it and just growing from all the mistakes.
How's it going to feel? And I know you had to deal with this a bit last year, given how the team performed in the non-conference slate. But you went into all these Big East games with pretty big targets on your back, and now you guys coming in as the defending national champs, ranked in the top five now. Clearly, there's going to be a target when UConn comes into their buildings. What's it like going into these games knowing that everyone's really coming for you?
It's exciting, super exciting. I mean, it just shows how great of a program UConn is and what Coach Hurley and the coaching staff have done recently. So it's just, credit to them. And then, it's an awesome feeling. Just everybody wants to give us their best shot. We have a huge target on our back, and we're just going to be playing teams at their best capabilities. So it's definitely exciting as a player. It is.
Yeah, so I know it seems like you kind of thrive on going into these tough environments. So we'll throw our Martin Russell's question here. Big East road game you're most looking forward to. Which arena are you most excited to get into?
Ooh. Really, it's all the arenas that we lost in last year. I think just wanting to go in there and get a win. I think all of those are the ones I'm excited for.
Yeah, and that starts with Seton Hall. Does that weigh on you? Knowing last year that they beat you basically at the buzzer there, so now you get to go in and try to get some payback.
Yeah, I'd say it hurts a little bit, but it's also a new season. So just trying to move on from the tough losses last year, I think is important. But in the back of your mind, it's gonna, you're gonna remember it when you walk into the arena. So I'd say a little bit, but not as much as I thought it would be.
What's the biggest takeaway that you've had from this non-conference slate in terms of the team in areas you're looking to improve upon come Big East play to take that next step?
Yeah, I'd say defensively, just from a standpoint. I think during the non-conference, we saw all different types of styles, and that's the same when it comes to the Big East too. So we've seen a lot of similar styles that we'll see in the Big East. So just trying to improve defensively, I think it's important for us. But then also just seeing how scary we are offensively, just from we have so many different guys that could beat you.
I'll cut this if you didn't end up watching it because then it's just bad podcasting. But yesterday, Indiana, Kansas. I know you watch a ton of college basketball. Do you get a chance to watch any of that and seeing two teams that you went up against in the non-conference go up against each other?
I watched that one. Yeah,
Good one, right?
it was a good one. I think. Yeah, that was one hell of a game.
Um, as we head into Big East play. I know everyone, you don't want to look too much ahead of it, but Saturday, first Big East game at home against St. John's. Are you excited? I know the XL Center's already sold out for one. You got a late night start. That crowd's going to be fired up. How excited are you get to play in that environment Saturday night?
Super exciting. I mean, when XL is sold out, it's really a whole different animal. So super excited to play there. I mean, St. John's, they've also done one hell of a job so far this season. They're a really good team coached by another Hall of Famer. So, it's just going to be another great game.
Yeah, and a guy you went up against last year in the NCAA tournament too. So see
Exactly.
all these things come full circle there. I know just looking at stats over the past few games, I think the game against Gonzaga for you was, your fourth game in a row in double figures. You feeling your game at a good point here heading into Big East play?
I'd say so. Yeah, I'm definitely at a high confidence level right now during the season. And really just always trying to find different ways to affect the game without, just 3 point shot. And I think that was the biggest thing that I learned and what the coaches have told me when I did experience my slump. So now heading into all the games with that type of mindset, I think that's definitely helped me a lot with my confidence. So I'd say so. Yeah.
Yeah. As you move on in the rosters getting healthier, obviously Steph back now and playing some bigger minutes. What's it been like seeing him back out there being able to help you guys out on the court?
Amazing. I mean, you watch the Arkansas Pine Bluff game, you watch Gonzaga, you just see how good he is on defense. I mean, just his physicality from a guard and just always making the right pass, taking it to the hoop physically. I mean, he's a special player and he's not even fully healthy yet. So he's just slowly getting healthier day by day. And, he's only going to continue to get better as a super young guy too. So I mean, he's been tremendous for us and he's just an awesome player.
We talked Big East road environments a little bit there. Which crowd was the most hostile towards you guys last year?
Last year, oh my goodness, there like a lot of them were Providence, I'd say was just from, I guess closeness, location, and then Coach Hurley being at URI, so it's definitely hostile in there. Um, Shoot, Creighton, they always be doing $1 beer nights against us, so I'd say Creighton,
It's
Creighton was.
dollar beer night against them this year. So
Oh, is it?
yeah.
Oh, there you go. So I guess it evens out this year. And then Marquette was good. Xavier's is good. It's a lot, but I'd say Creighton and Providence were definitely something else towards us.
All right. I'll wrap with this one as we head into the holidays here. You get a little bit of a break in between. I know the St. John's game the 23rd, then I don't think you guys play till the second. So you get a little time to relax and enjoy the holidays.
Yes, I'll be able to go spend some time with my family after the St. John's game.
I saw today on social after you guys came back from Seattle, did an event today to help out the Special Olympics and do a clinic with them. What's it like doing an event like that to get back to the community here?
It's awesome. I think, we have such a large image and such a large brand in UConn basketball. So really just trying to use it for other people and giving back is definitely the number one thing that we do when we play basketball. And, we want to inspire kids. We want to inspire people just to continue to do better and continue to, strive for greatness in life. And the Special Olympics camp today, that was awesome. I mean, just putting smiles on people's faces and just seeing how happy they were just to, pass the ball to us, shoot with us, just spend time with us. I mean, that's just what makes everything so special about, everything. So, yeah, it was unbelievable. I mean, I loved it. The whole team loved it. And, we love doing the camps for kids and, anyone in Connecticut. So it was definitely a whole lot of fun for us.
Alex, appreciate it as always. Best of luck at the start of Big East play. Now everyone's really excited, looking forward to things. And when we talk next, it'll be the new year. We'll have a couple of Big East games under your belt, and I'm sure no shortage of things to talk about. So thanks so much for coming on again.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.